particular model plow and truck that we have right here is one of our newer models. So that this particular plow is a good roads plow. And these indicated markers right here that we have on this particular truck and plow are the spring type loaded mount, and we also have a different type. But we want to make sure that everybody notices that this particular plow right here has a rubberized piece behind it that's approximately 1.5 to 2 inches that our blades attached to, where our curb finders and stuff like that are located. These are actually our curb finders. Keeps our plow from being wore off on the outside lower edges right here. The moldboard part of the plow, the actual blades are in great shape because we've only got one season on them. So we actually enjoy using these plows. They last longer than the other type blades and plows that we have. All right, now we're at the backside, the main part of the actual plow itself. Where the plow is very important, the actual hookup of this particular framework to this plow is unique because of the way that the 5-point harness hookup, not harness hookup, but the actual pinning sections of each section back down here in the lower side. The pins, the 5 points that are hooked up is in the main part where you actually have a bolted type hinge system in the middle with individual locking pins that go in the other 4 places. Each one of these have a car key in them. Down in here, they need to be daily inspected daily and upon every shift change. Each one of these plows itself has a rollover spring that actually rolls this plow forward when you get too much on it. The actual saving grace is that when you overload it, it will spring forward and leave a mound in the road. So, to go along with that, this is your lifting chain right here. The actual harness that you see right here that's holding the chain itself is what we call a rollover chain. Right, an actual piece right there where this plow can actually be demonstrated in a left to right motion, where sometimes you will have to plow left. Now we have the pin removed for this demonstration. When you're plowing, this pin will be in right side unless otherwise you're told by your actual crew leader to take the pin out to plow left. Very seldom that is, but it may happen and it may be a situation where you have to do so. This particular wheel that you see down here that actually spins down here at the bottom has a design purpose. It's not just there for storage. The actual part of this actual adjuster wheel is to keep that blade that you see down there on the bottom out of your expansion joints on bridges and other drop-offs to keep you from tearing this plow all to pieces. So if that blade was to fall down in a joint, then what we would have to do at that point was actually make this a 1-inch adjustment down here to keep it from tearing the plow blade itself all to pieces. I'm going to demonstrate how you adjust this. It's pretty simple. You pull the pin out. This nut right here is just snug by hand, and you actually rotate it, and then, as you can see, I am gaining distance right now coming up. So remember, we want about 1 inch is all we want when we start plowing, so that we don't tear this blade and this plow frame all to pieces. Put it back in, repin it, and all of these plows will be pre-adjustable before you get in them, usually by the bridge crew or our department, streets and roads. Okay, notice that it's fully greased. You have a locking mechanism that fits in these teeth right here. That is back over here on the right-hand side. There's another spring apparatus back here that pulls this back when operated by hydraulics. Your hydraulic lift cylinder and all of your hose hookups are right here behind this frame. Remember to check all your pins, chains, especially on this particular part right here, which they're all good. And there's 4 hookups to this particular model. We're at the back of the spreader itself, which is also good roads. You notice you have a beacon light up top right there that's protected by the salt from the platform itself above it is to protect it from the salt. You see that we have the indication signs to the public on both sides. Stand back. Here's your actual crank up and down for your spreader itself. That's set right at 1.5 to 2 inches right here. Of course, your hydraulic pump that runs the drive for the drive flight chain itself. Your hydraulic hoses. Exterior lighting for you to see the salt coming out. And your 4 hookups that are on this particular model, that one's electric, 3 hydraulic. Yeah, crank the truck. Turn it on. All right, oh, are you on? Can you see the drive, the chain? Move to the front. Now we're inside the cab of 5051, and we're going to demonstrate how to actually work our plow first, and we're going to crank the truck up. Mr. Sproul will do that now. All right, what he's going to do is he's going to turn on his master power switch. Okay, that's the very first switch you want to turn on. The accessories that are on that panel right there will tell you what goes to what. You will have a plow, you will have a dump mode. We're gonna be in the plow mode. There's a reason why we gotta be in the plow mode, all right? The reason being, we're not unloading salt by dumping it, we're spreading it, okay? So Anthony, go ahead and show them how to grip the pistol grip, show them how to raise the plow. So he's pulling the red button only, and then lowering it back down. Okay, and now he's going to pull the red button and go left to right. All right. Okay, we're good to go as far as that goes. All right, now we're done with the plow. Now we're going into the mode of actually spreading salt. He's going to go into manual mode, and then he's going to make his adjustments on his 2 adjustable knobs to give us the amount of salt that we're going to be put down. These will be preset for you. But if your crew leader tells you to go ahead on and increase salt, then you want to increase your spinner and your conveyor chain the same amount to give more salt out. There's also on this panel a light mode for your beacons, and also a light mode for your rear spreader in the back that shows you the ground where the salt is hitting at. These are all items that you will be having on, along with your flashers, your beacon above the cab, as well as your hazard. So remember, check your truck out, your fire extinguishers, your blue cards, your emergency accident cards, your registrations, and everything that you need to have before heading out. Do a radio check, make sure that works, your cab lights work, and all your pre-checks. And have a great day. We just turned the truck off so that we can kind of explain to this panel to you a little bit better here. The actual pickup switch for the plow blade is right here. You press this button and move it forward or reverse, either one, and left to right. Okay, the actual spreader itself is controlled by these 2 knobs. One is a conveyor chain and the other is a spinner. Okay, the switch that's in the middle, that's the master switch, is right there. Okay, the switch that's forward is the actual switch that is the dump mode and the manual mode. I'm sorry, the automatic mode and the manual mode. The next switch back is for the dump and the actual plow mode. The switch after that one, of course, the master switch, and then the actual light switch itself, and I have to get up here to look a little bit right here. And then the actual plow and the plow lights and the actual, I can't even see that. spreader lights in the back. Okay, now we're going to demonstrate how the plow moves. Go ahead, Anthony, we're going to go from right to left and up and down, of course. Put it back on the ground, put it back on the ground. If you'll notice, this roller chain right here will be set. Once he picks it up, rolls it around and sets it down. That's very important for you to realize that now when he picks this back up, it's going to pick up with this being the high side. Pick it back up. All right, roll back right. Set it back down. See how this is the high side? Set it back down. That roll chain will reset itself every time as long as that pin is out. In order for you to keep your plow square to the road, this is a procedure you need to follow. Pick it back up. Stop. And now the blade is square to the roadway. If you don't remember to do that, then the blade will be cocked and will always wear that right side corner out before it will this side.